On Wednesday, the Federal Open Market Committee, the FOMC, and the Fed President Jerome Powell held a press conference concerning the American frugality, the central bank's plans to address inflation, and the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. Powell declared that the FOMC decided to increase the standard bank rate by a 0.25 percentage point and further noted the Fed anticipates ongoing increases will be appropriate. In today's video, we'll discuss what Schiff has said about the Fed being clueless about inflation. But before that, make sure you press that red subscribe button along with that tiny bell icon to get updated every time we post new videos. Let's get started. For the first time since the onset of the COVID-19 epidemic, the Federal Reserve declared that it increased the standard interest rate from near 0 to 0.25% in order to target 0.25% and 0.50%. Fed President Jerome Powell revealed the rate hike on Wednesday after mentioning the Russia-Ukraine ongoing conflict, and he stressed that the implications for the U.S. economy are highly uncertain. After still mentioning that the U.S. frugality, particularly the job sector, was showing strength, Powell swiftly explained that the FOMC raised the standard bank rate by a 0.25 percent and stressed that ongoing increases will be appropriate. Powell also talked over tapering back the Fed's purchase program, but noted that details on that particular arrangement would be born at next meeting. The last time the Fed raised the standard bank rate was in December 2018, well before the COVID pandemic. The Fed's post-meeting statement also bandied reducing the U.S. central bank's balance distance at the coming FOMC meeting. The Commission expects to begin reducing its effects of Treasury securities and agency debt and agency mortgage-backed securities at a coming meeting, the post-meeting statement details. In addition to the 0.25 percent increase, the FOMC expects an additional 6 rate hikes at each and every FOMC meeting. Also, the central bank also expects to increase rates an additional 3 times in the coming year. The committee is determined to take the measures necessary to restore price stability. The U.S. economy is very strong and well positioned to handle tighter monetary policy, Fed President Jerome Powell detailed during his press conference statements. After the rate hike, the economist and gold bug Schiff tweeted about the Fed's move. The only reason the Fed hiked rates are inflation, Schiff said. Prior to admitting inflation wasn't transitory, the Fed wasn't planning any rate hikes in 2022, given current geopolitical risks and weakness in the economy and financial markets. The Fed just ran out of excuses to stay at zero. The U.S. Central Bank did in fact admit to inflation remaining high in post-meeting statements. Inflation remains elevated, reflecting supply and demand imbalances related to the pandemic, higher energy prices, and broader price pressures, the FOMC rate hike notice explains. Meanwhile, the popular U.S. indicators NASDAQ, Dow Jones, Industrial Average, NYSE, and the S&P 500 all remained in green after the FOMC rate hike notice. The crypto frugality is still upward 1.2% over the last 24 hours, following the FOMC statements. The price of 1 ounce of 0.999 fine gold is down 0.17% during the last 24 hours. At press time, 1 ounce of gold is swapping hands for $1,914 per ounce, down 7.8% since the asset's recent $2,000 all-time high. That's all for today. Let us know your views in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video before leaving. Thanks for watching.